Welcome to MLB The Show 22, okay? Now, I'm just going to get straight into this because I want you guys to know why you're here and why you guys should be here, all right? I have been one of the best players in the world for as long as this game has been out. Online, I've been playing it since 2012. I'm very experienced, and I know all of the ways that you can get better, okay? No matter how old I get and no matter how much my hand-eye coordination, deteriorates a little bit, I still know what you need to do in order to become an elite player in this game, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, okay? So if you guys want to become an awesome hitter in this game, you're in the right spot, okay? We're going to go over everything. Settings, practice mode, strategies, everything, okay? And you guys are going to learn exactly what it takes to become the player that can beat all of your friends that you play, climb the World Series leaderboards, climb everything. I got you guys, all right? Let's get started. Now we're going to start with the settings, okay? The settings is possibly one of the most important things when it comes to this game. A lot of people get stuck on settings that they should not be on, and when they're on these settings, it starts horrible habits, all right? So whether you guys are just starting this game or whether you guys are, kind of used to the game but aren't quite seeing success, I'm going to show you what may be the issue, and I want you guys to copy some of the settings that I'm using, okay? Now follow along. The hitting difficulty doesn't matter because that's going to change as you go along, but this will help you for batting practice. So I would suggest you stay on Hall of Fame. So when you go into practice mode, you're facing pitching that's not too easy, okay? You don't want to get used to people lobbing it to you. All right, hitting view, strike zone. Try strike zone. No matter what you're using, switch to strike zone. And the beauty of this is you can see all of these and practice all of these while you are in custom practice mode, okay? So it's not the end of the world if you don't like it at first. You guys are gonna learn with it, okay? Okay, for in-play view offense, I keep it on medium. That's the vision and the camera that you'll see after you make contact with the ball. Medium helps me judge the fly ball as best as I can. So that means basically you can tell when you need to tag runners, when you need to go extra bases. Medium helps me, determine that the best. This is the most important setting you're going to use. You have to be on zone. Zone gives you the PCI. That's the indicator that you're going to move to try to hit the ball. When the ball's coming, you're going to aim that on the ball and try to time it up well. You need that, okay? It gives you the best chance to have user control over the ball. Anything else is pure RNG and pure luck, okay? You're gonna go on zone and you are gonna practice with your PCI. There's no excuse not to be doing it. If you wanna be at an elite level of this game or even decent, you have to use zone, okay? Now for input type, use buttons. Sometimes you'll see me mess around and use analog. It's because I know how to do it. I wouldn't do that. If I were you guys, I would stick to buttons. It's a lot easier. Analog type, that's irrelevant because you're not going to be using that. Camera shift is on only when you're using directional hitting, so you don't have to worry about that setting as well. PCI anchor is a new setting that I don't even know much about, but I will go over it because I did play the tech test. So you guys will see this. You guys will see this PCI anchor as I go along with it. All right, this is something that could help you guys drastically. So you guys are going to want to see that. For right now, we're going to leave that on. Leave PCI anchor dots on and leave the PCI on. So for the PCI center, what I like to do is I like to do diamonds in the middle. For the inner, I like to do Starfighter. For the PCI outer, none. The color, I like to do yellow just because that's what it's always been before we could choose. And I do 80% transparency. Now, this is something that you can mess around with and customize yourself to see what you guys want. But that is my batting and base running settings, okay? For the pitching, I will do a pitching tips video and I will show you guys everything to do with that. Everything else, yeah, we'll go over later. Right now, we're focusing on hitting, okay? Now that we got those settings, what we are gonna do is we are gonna head down to other game modes, or we're gonna go to learn to play, and we're gonna go to custom practice. Now, custom practice has never been better than it is right now. Custom practice is amazing. We're gonna go with the Dodgers right now because the Dodgers have the most stacked team. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, you can be away team or home team. We're gonna be away team because that makes the most sense when it comes to just skipping straight to hitting. Who's the best pitching staff? We'll go Mets. So we'll face DeGrom. Okay, set that up. Road. We're gonna just switch it over to ship it so we have the best batter's eye to go over this right now. Okay, so right here, we're on Hall of Fame. And now immediately I'm gonna show you guys something, okay? So this is a batting practice. we have the whole Dodgers lineup that we're going to use, and we're going to be facing DeGrom. Now, over time, as you guys play MLB The Show, you guys will see differences on what it is that you struggle with, okay? For an example, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of game plan. I struggle with inside and low sinkers. That's just something that I struggle on. So since I struggle on that, I'm going to usually go to batting practice and I'm going to find somebody like Bassett, like Chris Bassett, who has a sinker. And let's say I only struggle on sinkers on the inside. I'm going to show you guys mostly DeGrom gameplay, just to show you how it is. But I struggle with Chris Bassett or any sinkers inside. So I'm going to only choose sinker right now. And I'm going to choose inside and have him attack me inside always. So now all he's going to do is throw inside sinkers. And immediately, is that a tank on our first practice swing? No, it's not. L. But he's going to just throw inside sinkers the whole time. You see? And so I can practice getting used to recognizing it and turning on it. And as you can see, I'm still struggling against it. But that's going to happen when you're practicing. When you're practicing against the pitches that you struggle against, you may start off struggling against it. And then you'll eventually get used to it and you'll start turning on the balls like that, okay? So this is just a quick example of what I like to do if I notice I'm struggling against somebody specific. Like let's say I'm facing Shohei and I can't hit his slider or I can't hit his cutter. I'm going to put him in batting practice and I'm going to put those pitches exactly where I struggle against to make sure that it becomes, my weakness becomes a strength. Right? So all I'm doing, this is the PCI. I'm just practicing moving my PCI over to the to where the ball is. As you can see, our timing's not that correct. Now let's focus on doing both of them. And now we're timing it up a lot better and aiming it with our PCI better. And then once you get a little bit more confident with that, you can say, okay, we got the inside sinkers. Now let's mix in outside cutters as well. And that's when you're really practicing because those are the two hardest combos to hit. You see? Now we can throw sinkers and cutters on the inside and outside. So you're practicing adjusting to these. Alright, so this is basically what you do in order to make yourself better. Now, I know it doesn't seem like that it's that hard or it's that important, but I promise you it is. This is how we all became good players, always using custom practice. And we were doing this before you could choose what pitches to throw. So let's go to DeGrom and let's just do all zones. Let's do all zones, right? Now he can throw whatever the hell he wants. He can throw whatever he wants, but I actually tend to do better in this game when I don't know what's coming, which sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. So you might see me make a little bit better contact right now than I did when I knew sinkers were coming. Even though I'm just fouling everything off because it's almost midnight. But there we go. We hit a nice tank. Even though the PCI wasn't really on it, but we did our thing with the timing. And this is basically all you're gonna do. And then once you get a little bit of confidence on Hall of Fame, you can really practice and do this. We get confident, we switch to Legend, and you'll notice how small this PCI will get. You see how small the PCI is now? It's because the difficulty is harder. And this is gonna only make you better. Is only going to make you better. And if you want to practice lefty-lefty or righty-righty, let's say you're struggling with lefties, you can use Freeman, face DeGrom with Freeman, and make nice swings, and just practice swinging. You see, now we're making good contact on every single swing. You know what I mean? As you practice this, it's going to get easier and easier, man. That's how it goes. And we made it where he's only throwing strikes, so we don't have to sit there and worry about pitches and taking pitches in batting practice. You're just practicing recognizing these pitches, you know what I mean? So it's a lot better, man. It's a lot better. I'm looking like a damn fool, but that's why we have custom practice. I'm going to be labbing this just like everybody else. You see what I mean? So that's all we're going to do is just practice this. And you're going to go to different teams. You're going to use the Brewers with Corbin Burns and Josh Hader. You're going to practice against Chapman, lefty-lefty. You're going to practice against Kenley. And as you practice with these guys, you're going to get better at recognizing different pitches, okay? So as you can see, Legend's pretty difficult. Legend's definitely difficult, but you're going to be working your way up. If you guys are just beginning, I suggest you start maybe on All-Star, work your way up to Hall of Fame, because All-Stars is what Battle Royale is going to be played on. In modes like that, so you're gonna be playing on those modes a lot. So it's probably best to get on that if you want to play at a competitive level against the guys that you're going to be facing. Once you start trying to get better with ranked seasons, you're going to switch up to Hall of Fame, Legend, and stuff like that, okay? So we're going to end it on a good note. That should be gone. And that's basically all you're going to be doing. And it's, like I said, it seems like it's not doing, you know, it seems like it's not that significant of help, but you guys have no idea how much this helps, okay? And if you want to know what else helps, Control Freaks, okay? Control Freaks is what I'm using right now, and it makes it where I have more detailed movement with my PCI. When you don't have Control Freaks, your movements are a lot more drastic. They move a lot quicker, and that is not what you want, okay? Especially in this game, you want precise movements, very precise movements. And that's basically what you're gonna do. You're gonna buy some Control Freaks. They're not very expensive, and when you go to controlfreak.com and use code YFK, you're actually gonna get them for even cheaper. You're gonna get 20% off, okay? So make sure you guys are doing that. Go to controlfreak.com right now and get that. And if you guys really want to invest in yourself and your equipment, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go get a monitor with a 1 millisecond response time, okay? When you're using a TV or a big monitor that has a higher response time, it's bad because you're gonna be swinging and it's gonna be input lag, and you guys are not gonna be getting the advantage that you guys need. A lot of the competition that you guys are gonna be playing are gonna be on monitors. They're gonna be, you know, having fast reactions. Their monitor's gonna be responding to their swings as soon as they make it. And it's just something that you need to have if you guys want to compete. Control Freaks and monitors, all right? As you can see, we're just getting perfects now. The more you can see, I'm making all good swings now that I'm used to, now that I'm in the groove of custom practice. I mean, that's just how it goes, man. Before you play ranked seasons, if you guys are just getting into this game, just sit in this for 10 minutes, maybe. 10 minutes. If you sit in this for 10 minutes, all of a sudden you're going to be squaring up everything. You're going to go into ranked seasons and you're going to smack somebody. And for those of you guys that are curious what Control Freaks I use green CQCs, I use purple Galaxies, I use the black CQCs, and I use the red Infernos. You can't go wrong with any of those on the website, okay? So there we go. We got a groove going. As I say that, we miss. But now let's go over the PCI anchor, okay? Now this is a new feature that they added, and it's very interesting. Now I'm gonna hold this so he won't pitch, right? Using L3, you're gonna aim up and in, up and out, and you're gonna click it to lock your PCI in place. If you lock it in place, your PCI is gonna stay up there without you having to move it, and then you adjust it from there. This is a feature that has been added for people that always keep their PCI up and in. A lot of people struggle hitting the high and in fastball, so they'll move their PCI and hold it like this. Like, let me show you right now. I'm not gonna swing at this, but I'm gonna show you what people used to do before PCI anchor. They used to hold it like that, and in order to keep their PCI up and in, they would have to hold their PCI like that, and then they would adjust it. I was never good at that. I would always keep my PCI in the middle like this, and I would react to the pitch after that. Now, the thing is, even with this PCI anchor, I'm still gonna do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna use PCI anchor myself because I'm obviously experienced in this game and I know how I play. I do better when I'm just reacting. I keep my PCI in the middle, so I'm not biased towards any side of the plate. And then I just use reaction to try to hit the ball. Now, a lot of the top players keep their PCI up and in the middle like this. And Jesus, that ball was cracked. And that helps them kind of cheat to the high fastball and then react to the low stuff, right? So this could be a strategy I end up adopting if I can't catch up to high stuff. But as of right now, I'm gonna stick with what's good. But as you can see, I'm having a decent time hitting the pitches that are up there with this. Yeah, now I'm making good swings with everything, so it doesn't matter. But if you struggle with low pitches, you can start it low. I don't recommend that just because it's gonna be even harder to react to high stuff, which you don't want to be a problem. But yeah, this is definitely a feature that's gonna help a ton of people. It's just not something that I'm necessarily gonna use. But as a feature, it's a huge addition, and it's awesome that they added it. It's really awesome. So definitely shout out to SDS for adding that, okay? Now that we went over all of this stuff, it's just about you guys hopping in and practicing, okay? Now, it's time for me to go and show you guys one last tip that I have for you guys, okay? Now, this is called Challenge of the Week. Now, Challenge of the Week is a mode that you can go into. It's interactive, it's online. Basically, you're gonna be competing with other people that go on hitting streaks in this mode and win prizes, okay? So right now, the top 100 scores win one of these MLB authenticated autograph prizes or digital goods. Damn, that's really cool, actually. Holy damn, that's awesome. But if you're first, you win a signed Ohtani jersey, which is absolutely nuts. Like, that's crazy. If you, that's, I don't know, it's worth a lot of money, I'm sure. You can win an all-star signed Shohei Ohtani ball or just a regular Shohei Ohtani ball. As you can see, people have already started playing it to try to win that, and I don't blame them. So you're going to be using Babe Ruth to hit against Shohei Ohtani. Now, I'm not showing you guys this in hopes that you guys play this and win it. I'm showing you guys this because this is actually something that can help you guys get way better at this game. And I'm going to show you exactly why, okay? What the f? Okay, you're using Shohei Ohtani versus Babe Ruth. That's actually pretty unique that they did that. I've never played a Challenge of the Week where it's left. This is going to take forever. This is going to take forever. It's a strike? We're off to a bad start. All right, but listen, here's why this is a W mode when it comes to getting better. The reason why this is so good is because as you do better, the difficulty is gonna go up. So all it really is live reps. That's all you're doing. You're doing live reps, and all you're doing is trying to make good contact with the ball. As you hit home runs, as you take pitches, it helps you work on your discipline because you don't want any strikes. You don't even want to hit foul balls, okay? Because foul balls count as strikes. And it's all about keeping a streak of hits. So you're on foul ball and you do not want to strike out. So you can use circle to use contact swing, which I never recommend because contact swing's an L and power's an L2. I wouldn't use any of those. I would just use X. It's a regular swing, right? But this is what you're going to be doing. And you're going to, even in this situation, you're practicing lefty-lefty, which is really good. But this is what you're doing. You're just taking live reps over and over again. And you're just trying to keep this streak going. And all you're gonna do a lot better than I am right now. I'm being impatient because I'm trying to show you guys stuff. But basically, you're just gonna try. I'm already out. So not a good start. Okay, now it's I was curious why it wasn't letting me use the anchor. I think I'm gonna use the anchor for lefty-lefty matchups, by the way, just so you guys know my strategy. But see, we're on rookie right now because we got out. So even if we were even if we went beyond rookie, once we got out, it would have restarted to rookie and it restarts our streak, right? So basically what we're doing is we're just trying to string together a multiplier in order to get to veteran right now. And then once we get to veteran, you'll see that the difficulty increases, but our streaks will go higher. And our multipliers will go higher as well. So it's another hit. It doesn't matter if it's a ground ball. It doesn't matter if it's a freaking weak bunt or a home run. You just want to put it in play to keep that streak alive, right? So we just got the difficulty increase. We're at veteran now, and this is all it is. It's basically a more advanced version of custom practice, in my opinion. You can't decide where they're going to be pitching it, but you are practicing on other difficulties without really risking anything. You get what I mean? So that's what we got right now. I'm not going to finish this, but definitely a mode that you guys should consider trying. And then last but not least, oops, I accidentally went into it. But let me just talk to you guys about this. Last but not least, what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to use players that you are most comfortable with, all right? A huge thing that nobody really pays attention to when they first started in the game is you guys need to use guys that you're comfortable with, not just the guys with the best ratings, okay? So let me show you a little example. Right now, I have a lot of the good players in the game right now because, as you guys know, I put the money in the game to make sure I can get these videos out for you guys, right? So, for example, Yasmani Grandal. There's multiple better catchers than him right now in the game, but he's a switch hitter, so I know I'll always have the platoon advantage, and I love his batting stance and I love his swing. That makes it where I'm going to prioritize him over guys that are higher rated because I know he's going to perform better. having platoon advantages and learning how to strategize with that is so huge in MLB The Show, okay? It's one of the biggest things. I've always an advocate for using as many switch hitters as you can, because you're making sure you have that platoon advantage, and just, you know, strategizing to make sure you always have that upper hand. I always, in my lineup, I always have a backup catcher in case I need a pinch run for a guy. So let's say Yasmani Grandal comes up and I hit a double with him and he's a tying run. I have Trey Turner and Byron Buxton, who are not only can be used as pinch hitters, but as pinch runners as well. And then I can put in Salvador Perez to replace him later, right? I always strategize it like that. I have a guy that can rake against lefties. I have 2 guys that can rake against righties, and I have 2 balanced guys. That's just how I strategize to make sure that I have a good advantage in any game. That's just how it goes, all right? So that's all I can tell you guys when it comes to that. There will be more strategy as you guys watch me, because, I mean, there's so many things that you guys can learn, especially things that I don't really talk about in this just because I forget. But you guys see that, you know, it's worked these years, and I hope that you guys can adopt some of these skills that I'm trying to tell you and strategies I'm trying to tell you, so you guys can come back and say, hey, man, the tips helped. If you guys look at all my other tip videos, they've gotten huge amounts of views, and everybody comments and says how much it's helped. So I hope this can be the same, all right? And just another thing, just kind of basic baseball knowledge. You are going to use a lot of that, and you are going to try to have an approach when you go into these games, especially if you're not really a huge hand-eye coordination guy or not used to this game and how it works. You need to go into these at-bats pretending it's real life. Have an approach. Maybe you're going to take first pitch. Maybe you're going to only swing when there's 2 strikes if you're really struggling seeing a pitcher. You know, maybe you're going to play some small ball. But practice, practice, practice to make sure you know what it is that you're going to be doing, okay? Because you got to learn your strengths. You got to learn your weaknesses. Learning your weaknesses is just as important as learning your strengths, right? Because you need to turn those weaknesses into strengths by practicing them and getting rid of them. Now, another thing that I didn't talk about is stadium selection. If I were you guys, I would pick minor league stadiums with good, I would pick like October, 7 p.m. with overcast view, okay? Let me show you what that's gonna look like. So what I always do is I pick Ship It Stadium. I go to September, and I go to 7 p.m. with overcast. The reason I do this, it makes sure that lighting is not going to be bad. Lighting is never bad with this, so you'll always have a clean view with the batter's eye, and you're not going to get really played on hits. You know what I mean? There's some stadiums where the elevation's really bad, so when you are making good contact, it may not work that well. Laughing Mountain Park may actually be the move this year. Because based off of elevation, they did something where they kind of messed up Ship It, so we're gonna start playing at Laughing Mountain Park. So choose Laughing Mountain Park, do September 7 p.m. and do overcast. All right, try that field and make sure you guys like it. MLB stadiums can be a little iffy sometimes, all right? I think that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much covered all of it. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to comment on the YouTube channel. Trust me, a lot of the guys are super, super helpful in this chat and in this comment section. Everybody likes helping everybody. So if I don't get to your question, one of them will get to it. Do not hesitate to ask any questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question when it comes to this game. The game can be really tough when you're first picking it up, all right? So with that being said, good luck to you guys this year. I hope you guys enjoy it a lot. And yeah, man, good luck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you guys did. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.